We got to push a lot of buttons around here to make sure that we live everywhere.
A lot of buttons, brother. What's
Brother.
going on, man? Another
What?
week. Yeah, a
Yes,
lot of
sir.
buttons
You know
pushed
what I'm saying?
around
We
this.
got to push a lot of buttons. Man, it's good to see you, brother. We back in the building, rebooted. People jumped in early. That means they expecting something, I guess.
Uh-oh. I hope we can deliver. That's all I can say.
Well,
I
they
hope
wanted
we
to see you today, brother. We wanted to make sure that you were still around. April Fools, still
can.
doing your thing.
Look, I started to ask AI
Yeah.
to give me some April Fool's jokes to run on you, but I decided not to do that because I don't like nobody play no games with me.
Uh,
So I ain't gonna play no games with nobody.
This is the worst day, brother. I hate getting news that I told you I don't like people calling. A couple partners call with stuff. Saying, I don't believe anything that's on the news, in the radio, or on TV today. Because I'll mess around and buy something and it's a joke, and now somebody got my money and I'm never going to see it again. JJ, I see you, brother, over there on IG. What's happening with you, man? Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, brother. Seniors in the building. We see him over there on the official channels as well. Who you got
Indeed.
chiming in? Because I know I saw you pair a lot of your channels too, man. Who you got?
I
Say
don't
hello.
know because I'm trying to figure it all out right
See,
now. I
there it
got a
is.
lot of
All them
moving parts.
screens.
I know it's like 3 screens right here, just trying to 1, 2, 3, and then I close something out. It's just a lot going on
Lord have
behind the
mercy.
scenes, brother. So right now, I just want to shout out Divas Unlimited. She popped in, she popped out. So she was on the IG. 3 people are watching over here on the Lab Tech Show. Thank y'all so much. Let's see who that is. That's Hit the Spot 1006, Rich Vibes, and I don't know who the third person is. Maybe it's
There it
me.
is. Let's see. You got some new folks. New folks. Listen, man. April Fools 2025. What's going on in the world of technology? Again, like I said, I don't believe anything that's jumping off, but a couple of stories. First and foremost, listen. Who showed up? USPS showed up today. And let me get some flowers early on in the segment. Tall boy came through and sent your boy some gear. USPS showed up, and next thing you know, I got the Clicks keyboard because he don't like anything iOS, right? Anything to do with Apple. So Tall boy got
I
all
must
these.
like them
Well, no,
because
see,
you got something, right?
you got all these
You must like.
relationships with brands, and you got all these affiliate marketing type things. But as soon as something with iOS come on, you start itching. But that's okay.
Look,
Send it on to
look. See,
California, brother. Send it on. I ain't mad. Ain't nothing wrong with being right. Nothing wrong with
what you're
being
not gonna do is throw me under the bus like that. Now
right.
you
I'm
right.
trying to give you the flowers, and you just gonna
No,
kick
no.
some dirt on me.
No, what you're not gonna do, as I try to be respectful to you
Okay.
iOS users,
Shouts out to us
and
iOS people, my
and and, con-
friends.
and, con- and considering the
Mm.
fact that you had an iOS device,
Yeah,
me and
come
you
on.
go back the long way. I figured, since we were at events,
Yes.
sharing is caring, and I didn't have to go over there, but
Hey, man.
I'm built a relationship with my people over at Clicks. And if you don't mind, can you do an unboxing and let them know how it works? And that way we can send the video over to them because I'm trying to get them to come out with the Pixel 9 Pro XL.
Okay.
They got the Pixel 9 and the Pixel Pro, but they don't have the XL. So can you explain to them what Clicks is
I don't
and
really
do an
know.
unboxing?
No. I will do
Oh,
an
okay. Well,
unboxing. I tell you what. This we're gonna do this on the fly. We're gonna do this on the fly. First of all,
okay.
let's
So
say
right.
Happy Bag Day,
So
y'all. Busting cuts with a twist. Happy Bag Day. What bag day? Who got the bag? I ain't got the bag. Well, yeah, I do. I'm gonna leave
you
that
got a
alone though.
bag today, bro. You got
I,
product. What are you
I,
talking about?
yeah, I got some product, but
On April Fool's Day.
first of all, that's why I got the shot zoomed in real close because I got some things down here, so we're not gonna get into that either. But let me do this clip
You
for you.
got product.
Let me do
Come
this
on. All
clip.
right. So look,
Here we go.
on a serious note, Clicks
Yeah.
is a cell phone case for iOS users to where if you remember BlackBerry, they had the buttons that you used to push. So they created a case that allows you to put your phone and you have to have the exact model for
Yes.
it to work. You have to go
True.
on their website, see what models that they have. James had the model that I requested, and I said, "Let me send it over to him." He's going to do an unboxing. He's going to show you how it works. And if you're interested, James can pull up the website, let you guys know what it's all about, and let Clicks know that we really appreciate what they got going on. So,
Okay. Okay. So
I,
we're gonna do all that afterwards. But what I was
oh,
gonna do was shoot a quick little clip here. I'm gonna say what you just said, but don't be upset here because I'm gonna take you off for a second. Hold please.
Now, see, you gonna
Listen,
take my shine.
yeah, I am gonna take it, shine. Shouts out to Clicks Keyboard, the folks out there. This is the old school. All of us who grew up with the Blackberries, right? You finally got your case with the keyboard attached to it, built specifically for whatever size iPhone you have. Like Tallboy was saying, it's only iOS devices at this point. But yeah, I've got the 16 Pro. I'm going to install this. I'm going to take this with me to NAB next week. And really, again, ease of use, ease of functionality, being able to take notes really quickly with this device. I like the fact that the case is pretty sturdy. Wow, that's I like that. Raised keys on the keyboard too, so slides in, charges externally via USB-C. So yeah, this is gonna be dope. I'll do an official unboxing and I give credit where credit is due when that time comes. I'm gonna chop that up, boom, and that's gonna be hot. Okay, okay. I see, Rich, don't start nothing, brother. Don't. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. We're not gonna play no Robert today. See, she wanted it. Hit the spot was like, they you didn't switched her over to iOS. She iOS now too, part of the family.
I didn't do nothing. Her family switched her over to iOS.
Well, that's why I like her and her family, right? Because come on over to this side. Come on over to this side.
Uh, as long as they buying it, I guess you do whatever you're doing when they buying it. Yeah.
Next week, hey Solo, you're right. Next week, I can't get my weeks together. I'm in San Francisco next week, and then after that, I'm in Vegas. I don't know, brother. If it wasn't for my, and that's just gonna be one of the conversations that we have today. If it wasn't for my AI personal assistant, shouts out to Martin, I wouldn't know what's going on. Every day when I wake up, first thing on my to-do list is my briefing from Martin, and before I shut down is as well my briefing. So hold please, because we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about our AI tools.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold
I
on.
got
I should take you off screen while I put that up there too. That's my friend. Come on.
you.
Listen, we on Substack too, so shout out to the folks over on Substack. Uh, man, loving the audience over there, loving the community that we're building over there as well. So if you got any questions on any of the platforms, mine or Tall Boys, wherever the case may be, put a Q in the comments so we can get to them. Brothers just sitting here talking about technology and what's going on. What's going on with you, man?
Hey man, it's been a light week. I've been literally doing some research on some software,
Yeah.
learning this Pixel 9 Pro XL, learning some new things. The AI behind this thing is crazy. I learned some new tricks. They already have this add me feature, right? Where you can, if it's just you and one other person and you want to both be in the shot, they have a feature right now called add me. You take the picture wherever you want to be positioned at, and then you have the person swap places with them and give enough space. And then there's like this red or white line. White means you're in the right area. Red means no reposition. It'll tell you to go left, tell you to go right, go up or down with the phone. And once you position it right, you can take the picture and it'll stitch the two photos together and boom. Well, now they got this other part that I didn't even know about. So,
Come on
you can
now.
go in and edit the photos and it could literally make it golden hour. It can zoom in, it can make it portrait, it could do all kind of different stuff. And I didn't even know this was available. I was just sitting there on YouTube saying, I'm paying for this $1,000 phone.
Come on.
It would be, smart of me to learn it a little bit better, right? So they had this button here and it said, oh, you can turn the sky into golden hour. They got this reimagine button. And this is what messed me up. And I think I can send you some images. But I had a picture of myself and Hit the Spot 1006. We were in Texas and we were taking a picture in front of a waterfall. And then I said, reimagine the picture. And I said, put me in front of the Eiffel Tower. Now we in Paris. Reimagine the whole picture. I can't make this up, bro. Like I was like, whoa,
AI
whoa,
is
whoa, whoa,
everywhere,
whoa.
huh? AI is
I mean,
everywhere.
we just reimagined. So now I could tell people I'm in Paris and we really at home and not answering the phone.
You just catfishing people left. Right. So is this only with the Pixel 9? Because I know, again, for
From my understanding,
even for
yes,
an
it's
Apple
not on
dude,
Samsung.
I'm a Pixel believer, right? So even for an iOS
Okay.
dude, and even for a cult of Mac member, I'm a Android believer, especially a Pixel believer. I love the stock Android. So Pixel 9 is the one you have, right?
Correct. I have the Pixel 7 as well, but the
Okay.
Pixel 7, I don't think that it's rolled out, and we can do a quick check real quick because it's not
Hmm.
very hard to do. But let me see. Go over to my photos and go over to find a photo that I want, and let me see if it does it. Just find the right photo. There we go, and hit edit. And when I hit edit, it well, it looks like it might be on Pixel 7 too. It's taking forever. Okay, it says circle the brush, and then it only allows me to, it looks like it's some of the features are on Pixel 7. So if you have a Pixel phone, it looks like you can do that. So if
Yeah,
you have
there
a
we go. I
Pixel
got it on the
7 or
screen right now.
phone,
Yeah.
yeah, you can do it. So there's a when you go in to edit the photos in Google Photos, there's a button on the left hand side. I'm not sure how many people have Pixel phones, but there's a button and you can circle the brush, and then it'll say reimagine, and you can say put a rainbow there, put a dog there, put a penguin there. You can say put a baby there. I don't know if it really does great with humans, but you can say put something as far as an animal or an object, and it will literally do what it's supposed to do. And it's like that's just an enhanced, feature that Pixel is giving you to make your photos better. Now, I'm not a fan of altering images and saying that that's not what it is, right?
Right.
But I think it's cool to know that hey, if I just for play and say I was, in Las Vegas and it got me behind the Vegas sign, that's pretty dope.
I think what's really cool is that the 7 still has a lot of that functionality, like I showed on the screen, and still, so the 7 is at $429. Come on,
Mm.
right? People, we buy these phones. We don't buy them to take to make phone calls. We buy them for the camera. We buy them for that piece. And for $429, you can still get a Pixel 7 that'll do. I got to put my Apple hat on as well. We have similar functionality, but it's external apps that you got to install, right? You can go in the App Store and get a whole bunch of this functionality. But I really think it's dope that that's built in because, again, that's what we're doing. We're out there with our family. We're taking photos, taking videos, and we want them to look cool. And if that's all built in, the astrophotography is where it's really at. I think the low light capability with the pixels is cool. So look at you, 429 for the 7, 799 for the Pixel 9, and for the Pixel 9 Pro, $1,000. For what you get, that's right. That's the price. That's just what you're gonna pay. Put it on
I
lease. Put it
mean,
on
and
put it
and
on
and
like a
the and
24-month lease though. Don't.
the Pixel, you got to remember the Pixel Pro XL, you're getting expanded storage, right? That if you for that purpose only. Now, if you're a heavy content creator, if you use a lot of video footage, you're going to
Mm-hmm.
want to go with the XL because
Mm-hmm.
128 gigs, you're going to go through that like nothing. I don't know how it is on the iOS side, but I do know that, hey, when you run out of storage, they want you to pay for this cloud storage with Google Photos. Right now, you get 15 gigs for free. Then they up you to $1.99 for 100 gigs, and then $2.99 for 200 gigs, and you're paying that annually.
Yeah.
$1.99 or $2.99 a month, and now that starts to eat into your pockets, your financial pockets, and you're thinking $1.99 ain't much, $2.99 ain't much, but now, this is where we were talking last week, where we were talking about having external storage. And now you got to start walking around with an SD card, flash drive, or a solid state drive in your pocket. And I've been having my eye, I'm not going to talk about which one I got, but I've been having my eyes on a couple solid state drives. And the cool thing about the solid state drives is the external hard drive, if you drop it, difference between hard drive versus solid state drive. If you drop the hard drive, you could possibly damage it, right? And when you
Hmm.
damage it, it costs you the cost of a mortgage to be able to recover that data. Whereas with a solid state drive, SSD, um, they don't have those disks spinning inside of a hard drive, inside of their drives, because it's already just recording straight to the actual enclosure, if I'm correct. I may be saying this wrong, but the chances of
You
the
close enough.
SSD getting damaged is slim to none.
Yeah.
So I've been looking at more SSD storage versus hard drive storage. And you're going to pay a little bit more for the SSD, but if you want to know that your stuff is guaranteed about 98, 99% of the time versus about 60 to 70% of the time,
Mhm.
you might want to go with SSD. So I've been looking at some solid SSDs, and just saying, hey, I need to be able to record straight from the phone to the to the to the SSD, and in that way, once I get done, I can just plug it in. I can edit on the phone, or I can edit on the computer. I can just pop out the SSD, and I'm good to go. I'm not trying to go over nobody's head, but for people who like to shoot a lot of video, video adds up, and that's where most of your problems come from when your phone starts to overload and be filled up with storage. You might want to go and look at your video files and say, do I really need that
Yeah.
video of me shooting the dog running
Mm.
out because,
Well, now you get in
over
people
at grandma's
business
house?
now. See, now you're getting in
Yeah,
people business.
yeah, it is what it is. So just go through your phone, and you'll be amazed. I think if you go into your phone apps and you see videos, you'll see a large chunk of storage being eaten up off of your phone based off of the video. So now you have to find a Sunday or a weekend or just a lazy day and just say, let me go through these videos. Do I really need that? Or can I put it on a hard drive, a solid state drive, an SD card, and drag it and put it somewhere else just for a later time and date? And that's what my day consisted of today.
Man,
Clearing up
I'm
space,
sorry.
putting it on my NAS.
Yeah, because it's not an enjoyable day. But everything you said, I'm gonna bring it back and retouch on some of that, because you made some really good points there. And think about it from us creators. You and me are probably in the minority, because we're shooting. We're not just taking regular photos, not just taking regular videos. I'm changing the settings on my phone as soon as I take it out of the box and shooting 4K 60.
Oh, you're not
And
doing auto? You're not doing 1080? You got to shoot in ProRes?
I do. I do. Right. just for all of the post processing work that I'm doing. So again, we're in the minority. We're not like the average everyday consumer, right, who is probably just shooting right
Mhm,
out of the gate at 1080 30 something. I'm shooting mine at 4K 60, so much higher resolution, such that
mhm,
when I'm editing, I have more pixels to play with. As I start
mhm,
compressing and making images smaller, I don't lose quality. So that's why I do that. But what you were saying about, so especially on the iOS side, because there is no expandable SD card like on the Android side. So we're stuck with
mhm,
either, is it 256, 512, or a terabyte of embed storage. And then you got to start pushing stuff up to iCloud or up to Google Drive or wherever your cloud hosting provider is. What's dope though
mhm,
is a lot of these companies are coming out with external SSDs that plug right into the USB slot,
mhm,
and they're
mhm, mhm.
cross-platform, so iOS and Android. I know Lexar, good company. I know, I didn't mean to go straight to it. How much is it? $300.
299. You out your mind.
Who is that? But for how much? No, hold on. That's 2 terabytes. That's a good price. You get what you pay for. You get what you, for the capacity that you get.
You can buy it.
So one terabyte is 189. All right, come on. We're not gonna spend
Okay.
it. We're not gonna make
Okay.
anybody
Yeah,
buy nothing. I'm just gonna show all this stuff. But like I
I
said,
told you it's a little
Lexar
bit
was
more
dope.
expensive in that solid state drive, right? SSD or a hard drive?
Was
2
that
terabyte SSD, or is that 2 terabyte
SSD?
SSD?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, portable
Yeah.
SSD, right? So again, Lexar I know is dope. Samsung, obviously, they make some really good stuff. Zyke is a new company
You going
coming
to all
in
the
that's trying to
heavy
do
bit.
some
You
things.
you going to all the major players.
Yeah,
You got to go find the new startup companies or people that are in this space that are like, hey,
The
uh,
cats making stuff out of their garage. You know, I know I'm
no,
a
I'm not
roll
saying.
with
Oh
Samsung
no,
and
no, no.
Lexar and SanDisk.
Okay, well, I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll with the shift cams and the Zykes. That's who I'm gonna roll with. So you go over there with the
I'm gonna go over
Mercedes
here. I'm gonna
and
go over here with the bougie folk.
and I'm gonna be with the Toyotas and
This
the
brother gonna be.
Altimas.
This brother gonna
and
roll
when
up in the Nissan in his Ford truck.
and look, you over there putting premium gas in your tank, and I'm
Show
over here
enough.
just saying,
Show
look,
enough.
brother,
All you
have
need
you
is
seen
some
gas
regular.
lately? And you gotta let you charging you just going into your garage and charging. And I'm like, hey, look,
See,
we're
there
gonna
he
go to
go.
this gas pump.
You
It's
see.
the
Now
87.
you getting in my business again. Now you getting in my
I mean,
business.
I'm referencing the type of
All right.
solid state drives, man.
All
See, you
right.
got to understand the analogies, brother. I need
Okay.
87,
Okay. Okay.
and I'll do 89 every
I'm
now and then.
sensitive. I'm sensitive.
You want to go full electric, brother? Go
Yeah.
ahead, Mister Electric Man.
You know
You
what?
know
I
that
may
electric.
actually. I'm looking at this terabyte external SSD right here. $80. Can I get
How
one of
many
these
gigs?
before I leave for NAB?
How many
Yep, I
gigs?
can get it here Thursday because I leave Friday.
How
Let me
many
put
gigs?
this one's only a terabyte, but that's cool because
Mm.
I'm gonna read about it. I might be able to record to hear all my footage, boom, then push it over to Final Cut or DaVinci or wherever the case may be. So just have a different system of moving files from my phone. Because again, like I told you, I'm gonna be using the glasses, my phone, and my Osmo Pocket 3. I'm not bringing any of these big old cameras with me. So it's gonna be a different little trip. I'm just going very mobile. I know you like to bring the big fancy gear, the real gear, and that makes sense. We had that discussion last week, but I'm going very light, very
Look, the
light.
way
So
Southwest is moving, you right. I might be going with that as well. The way Southwest is moving, hey, them bags ain't flying free no more, brother.
bags ain't
Like,
flying
hey,
free, brother. Listen, they gonna
hey,
get their
so that
money.
equipment, hey, look, I'm not. Hey, I might have to do something.
Yes, sir.
Uh,
I'm gonna add this
no,
to my
so
list right
Davidson,
now.
I bought something on March 31st, not on April 1st. Uh,
Yeah, I'm not buying nothing
uh,
today. I'm not buying nothing
no,
today. Yeah,
nothing
I don't
today.
trust no news. I don't trust nothing on April 1st.
Look up a
Thaddeus, what's
company
happening
called
with you,
Zyke.
man? I see you over on Substack. Appreciate you, brother.
Look up a company called Zyke, Zike. Look them up.
Okay.
So since you and who was that? Was Lexar that you just pulled up?
No, this was Orico. I've never heard of them, so that's why I
Oh,
say
okay. So
I
so
gotta
they
check them
over in
out.
the 87. So they over in the 87 and the 89 division. They not in the electric side over there.
It's mid-grade gas instead of Techron. You know. Okay, so Zyke. Oh, but these are just for. Can you
No,
use? I don't know if
Android.
you can use these.
No, they say it's for Android and iOS.
Okay.
I did a thorough check on them, and then so you're checking those out. But look how small and compact it is
Yeah,
versus the other one, picking up
I
your
like
phone,
that.
right? But look at that, you know. So it's something small, it's something compact. You just got to keep up with it. But I mean, it also has the cooling fans on the side because these hard drives. This is what they don't tell you. And I'm not trying to go over nobody's head because we're just having a conversation, James and I. But we want you guys to be involved with these conversations. And if
Hmm.
this is a purchase you plan to make, you're going to reference back to this video because there's probably nobody else out there talking like this, right? If you look on the side, there's some fans or there's an opening to where it can cool off. Whereas when you look at some of these other ones, they get hot. Currently, I have this Kingston 256 gig hard drive, right? And my phone gets hot. Now, this has been all over the world with me from Europe to the UK, to Morocco, to the Americas, you know. So this has gone all over the world with me. And my phone gets hot. And I'm trying to hurry up and transfer the content over as fast as I can so my phone can cool off. Well, with this device that I just showed you, they claim I haven't had a chance to check them out yet. Maybe they'll send me a review unit. Feel free, Zyke, to support me because I'm showing some love. Uh, they have the fans on the side to where it can breathe. And then as you see right there at the bottom, they have pass through. So now you can charge your phone at the bottom where a lot of these don't have that. So you see you got the USB-C that goes into your phone, but then at the bottom they have another USB-C opening to where you can charge your phone or you can connect the microphone. So now you can have clean audio and you can charge your phone. I mean, think about it. I know. James then got quiet on
Well, you saw I put it in my cart, and I forgot I was sharing my screen. I messed around and started adding to the cart and was gonna buy it. And I said, "Wait a minute, let me make sure."
Okay, and
That's
then so and I would be remiss if I did not do this, but I need you to go
see,
over the shift
John,
cam.
yeah, see, good man right there. That's a good man right there, making sure. Even though he liked to heckle about the portrait video. Keep me honest,
Mhm.
brother. Keep me honest.
Now go over to shift cam because they have a device out right now called Plank, and they're saying or they're claiming that they have the world's smallest SSD. Now, this is what we've been talking about for the last couple of weeks.
Hmm.
Send you over to their Kickstarter. Um, and if you buy in early or you jump in early, you can get a discounted price. Um, how well it works, I've been watching a few videos on YouTube, but we just got to wait till May is the shipping. But you see how small it is and plug on the side of your consoles, your gaming devices, your cameras,
That I
your
like.
phone.
Plugging into the camera. I like
So
that.
that's an opportunity for you there, you know. So just something to think about, you know, as far as when you're making a decision because you got to
Yeah.
do your research. I mean, and not taking anything away from the major players, but look at what these products are able to do. Um, and they're startups or they're small brands, and they have a chance to be like the LGs to where they can be creative. We already know iOS is not about to do nothing. Apple is not about to do nothing creative. They're just going to enhance it and make it better. But you got somebody like Zyke or uh, uh, ShiftCam
Hmm.
and they have a chance to be more creative. They get a chance to say, "Hey," they're like the androids of the world, right? We can make it to where we can show you how much storage is how much storage is left on the device. We can tell you that it's the smallest SSD. We have some more flexibility because they don't have that added pressure. They're just trying to become a major player in the market.
Yeah. And we can trust ShiftCam, right? We already seen. We as
Oh
consumers
yeah.
have already seen the devices they put out, so we know they're a quality company. So yeah, they make some good stuff. So, but I can't wait that long. So I still got that Zyke, or which one? I got one of them in my cart. And I'm gonna wait till
Okay.
tomorrow, and we're gonna order it and get it here
Okay.
before I roll out to Vegas. That's what we're gonna
Okay.
do. So I got unboxings of keyboards to do, and then when I get that, I got to do that. I got some
Did you
more.
show the people what the keyboard look like
Well,
on the
again,
case?
I'm gonna keep the paper on it because I don't want to. I'm gonna do the
No,
unboxing.
show them the keyboard. Show them the keyboard is what I'm saying. Show them the
This is the
phone. You don't
keyboard.
have to
Oh
show
my god.
oh,
Okay, hold please.
click
This is
clicks,
definitely a
clicks.
dynamic
I'm
show.
sorry, clicks. Clicks, I'm sorry. He don't want to do right. He didn't got a nice little gym over there at gym drop and he don't want to do right by
He
y'all
don't want to do
clicks.
right. Can't take him no place, ladies and gentlemen. This can't take this brother no place. Clicks. Your iPhone is better with buttons. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hold on. Let me put some sound effects.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
There we go. I didn't play the last part of that because again we try to maintain sponsorships. Uh Premium
I was
protective
about to hit my
design
sound.
was
I'm about to hit my sound effect button on you, but I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna be
so,
good.
so MagSafe. Okay, I like that it has MagSafe capability, but it's too for me. And so this is just a first world problem for me. The length of this, since it's a keyboard and a case, doesn't fit in my uh, charging area in my car. So that's not going to be valuable to me from that perspective. So I may have to go the old school route and have actual cable plugged into it. But I don't think anybody's car actually has an area like a G charging area in their car to be able to plug that in. But my home chargers, I can plug that in and still use the MagSafe. So backlit keys, I love that. Right. So again, I'm in a conference room. I don't have to worry about straining my eyes or putting on the flashlight. So I like the fact that it has backlit keys. Get words out, James. I got the Onyx joint. That spice is hot. That surf is not. It's not my blue yet. It's not my 20557B. That's my hex code for my blue. But so the Onyx one is the hot one. Appreciate you again. Appreciate you again. So 14, the 15, the 16. This is. I'm surprised this hasn't taken off as much as I thought it would when it first came out. Because again, we were all, and tell us in the comments, we were all so enamored with the BlackBerry and the fact that it had physical keys and we could be very productive. I really don't like the swipe keyboards. The on the screen, I don't like the swipe keyboard. I like this. I'm a tactile type of dude, so I like this. So Thaddeus says, Apple is where innovation goes to die. It's true. I'm sorry. I gave him 11 years of my life, but we did some dope stuff, but didn't really innovate. We just kind of improved. So yeah, there we go. Kicks keyboard. I'll do a review. Put that out there. Shopping clicks for what? Pixel Razor. Hold on, brother. Shop clicks for Android.
They don't have the Pixel Pro XL for the 9. They don't have it. They have the Pixel 9 and the Pixel Pro. I have the
Pre-order.
Pixel 9 Pro XL. They don't. Sir, I've already been on the website. Trust me.
You're not new
tell
around
you,
here. I'm
like, so backstory. James and I were both at CES 2023. Clicks
like, I'm not new here,
was
dog.
Clicks
That's
was
so cute.
at Pepcom. Not was it Pepcom or Showstoppers? They were at Showstoppers. I'm sorry.
Showstoppers.
They were at a private event after CES was over with for the day, and this was the talk of Showstoppers. This was the talk of the event. Hey, you can now have this BlackBerry feel for your phone. The only problem was they weren't ready. And it was like I did a whole interview with the CEO, everything. Like, hey, I'm not a, Android, excuse me, I'm not an iOS guy. And I didn't even know. I told the CEO, look, I'm not an iOS guy. But,
Mm-hmm.
there's people that use iOS, and I'm going to do the interview with you. I threw a little jab here or there, a little 1-2 punch, and it was what it was. It was a friendly, lighthearted, interview. But unfortunately, I'm just not an iOS guy. Fast forward to 2024, James does not come to CES, but I remember he was there with me when we did it, and Revis was with me, and then another brother was with us as well. And so we, I said, James, what kind of phone you got? And I went back over there, had a conversation with them. They remembered exactly who I was. You're not gonna forget Tall Boy. And they said,
You're
Tall Boy,
pretty hard to forget.
do you know somebody that has a certain iPhone? And I said, yeah. So I asked James his model number before I left to go out to CES, had a conversation, and I said, James, I'm gonna bless you. I'm
Amen.
gonna send these blessings. I'm gonna send these
Amen.
blessings over to James. So I hope that he uses it. I hope it does not sit over in the corner. And I'm hoping that, he's in those meetings, those
Yeah.
high-powered meetings that he's
Gangster.
having, and he's, ooh, that's nice. What you got
Mhm.
over there? So now he can talk about it with confidence, and then now he can get some of those other CEOs to say, let them get their pre-order in and or get their order in and make it happen from there. That's what I'm
Yeah,
trying to
it
do.
is, boy.
I'm
Say it with your
trying to
chest. Say it with your chest.
I'm trying to get some sales for Clicks,
I
brother.
know
Trying.
you are. I know you are. And I was
I want them
quiet
to
too
I
because
want them to
you
make
was
that
pitching,
Pixel 9.
boy. You was pitching.
I
Hey,
need
man.
them to make that Pixel 9 Pro XL. Come on,
Mm-hmm.
come through. And by the time they make it, the Pixel 10 will be
Sure
coming
enough,
out.
will be. As soon as they get that one worked out, there'll be the next model because it is that cycle. It is that cycle.
By the time they get it, it's gonna be the Pixel 10, and it's like, man, come on, man, I beg for this one. Like, it is what it
It
is.
is what it
Man,
is.
you said that you got some AI tools that you want to talk about.
Yeah, listen, let's get into some of that, and shouts out to everyone. Let's make sure we got all of the comments as well, because again, we got multiple platforms going. We don't want to miss anything because the community is the most important thing here. We want to make sure we're talking to them. That is over there still talking madness about Apple. Boy, he said Apple doesn't innovate, they iterate. But yeah, I said that too, so that's cool. Uh, More of the same, one or two changes with each iteration. Man, I'm gonna still maintain my stock though. We still fully invested in Infinite Loop. So keep on doing what they're doing. Amen. Let's see. Solo the Kid, appreciate you for being here as well. It says he's interested in the AI assistant. Let's talk. Okay, definitely. Well, let's go and get into it, man. Let's go. So
No. Busting cuts with a twist.
what's that?
That's what the snake in the garden told Eve. Come
Oh,
on over to this side. Come through. Come through. Tell the truth
just
and
for the
shame the
name,
devil.
I'm gonna go check out his channel. Right, Mustang Cuts with a Twist. I'm assuming he's a barber, right? But just for the name, so you got my attention right there, just with the name. I'm gonna check you out. I'm gonna check you out. That's all. That's pretty
So
dope.
Rich Vibe says, I'm just waiting to see what they start charging y'all as a subscription at the end of the year for all these AI features.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's the true.
so
That's
if
the
you're
real
speaking,
question. Let's get into that first, because that's a real question.
okay. So I made a statement last week on the Lab Tech Show. Solo asked me what were my three AI tools that I use the most, or what were my top three AI tools, right?
Hmm.
And I, thought that that was a very thoughtful question. And I hit him with Midjourney,
Hmm.
Perplexity, and Gemini. So, and I hit them with those three because one, those are the ones that have been proven, they've been tested, and a lot of people have flocked over to them. Don't get me wrong, ChatGPT is still the creme de la creme to a lot of people, but Gemini has been smacking them left and right with AI Studio and Gemini, right? So they've been smacking them. And the thing is, Gemini is charging you $19.99 a month. But I think with what's going on with ChatGPT, because they're charging you $20 a month, and all of these LLMs, large language models, are doing, they're saying the base price is $20 a month. You're lucky if you find something cheaper. You're lucky if you find something for free, right? And so I've been trying to find the free models, the low impact ones, and say, how can I get in? But then I also have some tools on the back end that I've been testing to say, hey, I want to be able to use my AI. And so when they start charging, you know, it's a lot from video editing to describing pictures or creating images to writing summaries. All of this stuff costs.
Hmm.
Somebody's got to pay for it. Now, Gemini or Google, shall I say, they have been launching over the last couple of weeks. They've been releasing a lot of features and they've been making them free 99 to everybody
Hmm.
to make it more enticing to want to leave ChatGPT or OpenAI.com. All right. So they're saying, hey, leave OpenAI. Come on over here. You're already in the ecosystem of Google. Come on over here. Now, the only difference is you get more limits with the paid version versus the free version. You're limited. So, but at least you get a chance to test it. You get a chance to play with it. Whereas with ChatGPT, they want that $20.
So that's the Google AI Studio that you announced or
Ooh,
that you talked about the other day,
yeah, that thing's sexy.
right? So
Well,
just to
I'll say this about this one. I don't really want to talk about that one today unless you want to go down that rabbit hole. But this one right here, boy, you don't even have to watch a YouTube tutorial no more. You can literally just pull up the screen and it's free to anybody to want to use it. You're limited with your tokens, so you can't have, you can't use it all day unless you have, the advanced model, but you can use it and for free. And you can say, go to any screen and you can say, do you see this do you see this? And once you say, do you see this, that it'll confirm that it can, and it will have a whole conversation with you back and forth, and it will walk you through the steps on how to do anything that you want done. And it can also see your webcam, so it can see everything inside of your house that the camera can pick up, and you can ask it to walk you through the steps on how to do something with that as well. That's aistudio.google.com.
All right. So
That's
I just did a
that's a bad
query.
boy.
I just did a query for places to see. I just told it what are the must see things for a trip to Las Vegas. It's out there thinking. Walk the strip, go to the Bellagio fountains, the Sphere, the famous Las Vegas sign, the Grand Hotel. I mean, all places that make sense, especially if you haven't been there before. And it's got a lot more detail. I think I was real easy with it, but it picked current locations that are worth for someone that's going to be taking a trip to the location that I just said. So that's dope. That is over here was saying Midjourney and ChatGPT are the only tools that you need. Gemini is weak sauce. It does not take a stance on any real issue. Your thoughts on that? I don't use Gemini that much, so I'm gonna let you respond because you because you just went down that road with Gemini. But your thoughts on that?
Oh, okay. Well, you think that if you want to, brother, but you just haven't played with it the way you need to, the way you probably need to. That's all I
Mm,
can say. Because uh, this Studio AI is it AI Studio or is Studio AI?
AI Studio.
AI Studio AI Google, yeah, AI Studio. Okay, so do me a favor, James, since
Yeah,
he's doing all of that. Go over to, let me see. Can I do this? Is this right? 2.0 Flash. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to figure out which one it is because I can Flash Live.
what
Just
you
give
doing, brother?
me.
Trying to find something?
I'm just,
Okay,
yeah, I'm
we'll give
trying
you
to
some
find
background
some.
music.
Thank you,
We're gonna
brother. I
give him some
appreciate
background music, folks. Y'all line up your questions.
you. No, this is. Yeah, come on. This is not it.
I better stop that again. We don't want any
No,
strikes
no, no.
again.
No, you know, get no strike, brother.
Oh, I
Let me,
got a couple of them, but they've fallen
okay.
off.
I just did this last week, and I don't remember what model I used. So they have a flashlight, and then they have I want to say it's Flash
Hmm.
AI Studio.
Kevin
Oh,
Cox in the
okay,
building
okay,
saying, but
okay.
this interesting question here. Uh, why do we need AI to take a stance? That's so Thaddeus, man. Let's chime in on that. Right? That's an interesting question, right? Because he was asking and
Well,
talking about.
one thing at a time, brother. I figured it out because I
I
don't
got the
go over
Jeopardy
here.
music playing. You over there searching for stuff on your phone. It's April Fool's
Uh,
Day. Okay, come on now. Pray
Go
for
back to go open up. You just had whatever page that you had open, right?
it. Yes,
AIstudio.google. All right. So you got 2.0 Flash experimental selected over on the right hand side. It gives you a model on the right hand side.
yes,
Which one do
sir.
you have listed?
I have
All right, then
2.5 Pro.
okay. Well, that's the new one that just came out. I haven't had a chance to test it. They say it's the best and the biggest. And it's better than all of the other LLMs that are out there. I have not had a chance to test it.
That
I
doesn't
only
sound
tested
biased at all. That doesn't
I've only tested 2.0. No, I've watched the YouTube videos and all the AI content creators and influencers. They've all said this by far when because there's a website that you can go to and it says with people who have no bias in it at all, they say this is their model that they like best when it comes to DeepSeek, ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, Gemini. Right? This has ranked as the best. I mean,
okay.
it's all over YouTube. So on the left hand side, you should see something that says get API key, create prompt, stream real time, right?
Yes, sir.
Click on stream real time. There you go. Now on the bottom, go ahead and hit that camera button. And then you
Screen or
want to share
camera?
your yeah, yeah. Now open up any tab that you got. Share your screen with the audience.
Whoa. Hold on.
Yeah. So I'm gonna walk you through these steps. So
Well,
I don't know
I
what
got to make sure that We got whatever these things that we got open because I was in my
Oh
SoFi
Lord.
account. We was buying some stocks. Okay, and that's not open
Mhm.
right now.
So so go to one of those. I don't know. Go to. You can go to Canva. You can go to Click's website. You can go to whatever website that you want to go to. I don't care.
No
Go
worries,
to
no
something
worries. I,
that.
I I had to allow Chrome because it gave
Okay,
me
I got
the
you. Yeah, you're a
prompt
Mac
about
guy.
that. So
I got you.
hold on,
Okay. All right.
so Chrome
Now it's
tab.
talking. Yeah.
It
So
was
select any Chrome tab that you want.
there. We go.
Now talk to it. Ask it a question.
I heard the notification that it is looking. I did hear that. Tell me what I'm looking at on this screen.
So right. Yeah.
Well, that's what I just said. So if I go back to
So right
allow,
now. Yeah. So
I got it.
yeah. There
Okay,
you
tell
go.
me what I'm looking at on the screen. Can y'all hear that?
No, we can't hear no audio on our end. So
Okay,
you.
so it's. I asked a question, what am I looking at, and it actually responded back and told me what I'm looking at. It says you're looking at a product page for terabyte portable USB drive. So it heard my request and read back what was on the screen. So that was pretty dope. That was pretty dope.
Okay. So then ask it. What are the key features of this
No,
product?
I said that was dope, and it said glad I could help. I got to change that voice though. That voice don't sound like.
So on the right hand side, once you stop, it says voice up underneath the model output format and voice, and you can select the voice that you want.
Okay, I stopped it because he was still
But
listening
what
while I
I'm
was talking
saying,
trash.
so what I'm trying to explain to the people that are watching, you can go to aistudio.google, you can go to um, Final Cut Pro, you can go to Canva, you can go to Adobe Firefly, you can go to any complex website, and you can say, I don't know anything about this website. Can you walk me through the steps? What other platform is doing that right now? Now, if you're on the free version, you can use it, but be mindful. I'm not sure how many tokens you get with it, but you don't want to use it all day because eventually you're going to run out of tokens for the day and then you won't be able to use it. So I
Right.
would
Okay.
highly recommend that you be strategic with it. But now this is removing watching tutorials on YouTube. This is saying I don't need to do that because it can literally walk me through the steps. And then they have a model where you can literally create the prompt, if I'm correct. And once you create the prompt, it will say, give me the best practices for live streaming. And then it'll give you all the practices. And then there's a section where you can turn it into a podcast. So James don't have time to read all of that. It'll turn it into a 5 to 10 minute podcast. So James is driving to the gym to go work out, and he got the 10-minute drive to the gym. He figured out he was able to listen to the podcast of give me the best practices for live streaming. What is the best gear and what should I give me 10 things to look for when I go to this tech conference that I'm going to next week? It will generate and find 100 and however many articles, convert it all and turn it into a podcast format. James doesn't have time to listen to it. So he's getting ready to leave the door. He sends it over to his phone and boom, he got the podcast. He's driving in the car. And by the time he get out the car, he got all the information. And then now he's ready to go to walk into the conference.
Yeah, I think what's dope about this is again a handful of people that are in the industry, like us, like me. This is what I do every single day as well. Understand the power of this and knew it was coming, right? But again, for the consumers who may not be as versed in deeper level technology, who are just wanting to use computers and phones and the internet to do research, the fact that this power is here and
Mhm.
the price is right for a lot of folks. I may have different access because I actually have a Google Workspace account, so I'll see if my limits are. I'm sure my limits are different because I'm actually paying
You get
for it.
more. You get a million tokens or two
Okay,
million tokens for the 1999 version. Not sure how many tokens you get. With the free version.
gotcha,
Kevin Cox
gotcha.
says, I wonder if you can point it to a website and say, I want to take my WordPress site and make it look like this and have it code for you. It can.
There
and
are
it will walk you
GPTs and
through.
Chat GPT that will do that too. So
Yeah. But no, the fact that this can do this for you,
yeah,
they're basically about to put a lot of people out of business. So now the question is, what model is the one that you want to work for you? Google has the trusted name. As you said, I'm gonna roll with the trusted name
yeah.
all the time, right? Whereas you're gonna go over to Chat GPT and you got to go find the model that can do that. They're already doing it, and it's free 99. It's not even 19.99 to do it.
I
You just got to
respect
go.
your I respect that insight, brother. I respect that insight. And so, what's the moral of this? For again, I'm gonna point this back to you for your specific audience on Wednesday nights for the labs, right? Consumers who are just trying to embrace technology. Because at the end of the day, the idea is we've said this a lot, and I don't want to put words in your mouth. That don't be afraid of this technology. It's coming. No, it's here. Learn how to harness it. You just mentioned a statement that I kind of don't agree with about it's going to cause folks to lose their jobs because I think if you are in front of it and you're aware of it and you learn about it and how to use this technology in your own world, you're going to be okay, right? You position yourself as an expert in this new world of AI centric models, right? You may have been doing one thing yesterday, but if you position yourself and you learn how this technology is really starting to evolve in all industries, you should be okay. I'm not going to say you're going to be great.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say you're
but
going to
what about
be.
the people?
Say that
But what
again.
about the people that I said, what about the people that don't want to learn? They're the ones that's gonna be out the job, and they're gonna bring other prompt engineers in.
Yeah.
And
Well,
this is
those are the
what I try
ones
to tell
who
people.
don't going to be left
Yeah,
behind. Those are going to be the ones left
and then
behind.
they're gonna get upset talking about, "Well, I had this job and ChatGPT just put me out of it." Yeah,
Sorry.
I don't like no AI. Hey, this is why we do the show every Wednesday. Me and you
That,
having a conversation back and forth and saying, "Hey, Joyce. Hey, Solo. Hey, Kevin
hmm
Cox. Hey, Equip Institute. Hey, we're the ones that get it, and I don't think we're talking over their heads. We're breaking it down, right?
Right.
So, the Solo just said over here on Instagram, like Revis, he don't want to learn it, and he just met his replacement this year at CES. He drives trucks. He
Yeah.
saw he saw the self-driving semi with his own eyes. And I'm like, sir, this is coming. I'm glad you saw it with your own eyes. Think about the other truckers that are on the road tomorrow. AI can't replace me. Well, guess what? You don't want to take that load? Guess what? We got this load and it's going to drive itself. You don't want to take my order at McDonald's? What's happening now? You got the kiosk. All you doing in the back is flipping the burger, pattying it up, and you got somebody to hand it to you. Do I have to pay you all this money because the machine just did all of that? Send it to the order machine in the back. Had somebody put it all together, and boom. Well, what happens when they have? Because they've already started building this in China. They've already done this with a couple of restaurants out in California and New York, where they got the AI all AI automated restaurant, and if something goes wrong, they just need a prompt engineer to just go back and reset everything. It's coming.
hmm
Now, will every restaurant do this? Probably not. Will people support it? If the price is right, people only care about price.
At the end of the day,
So,
it's a dollars and cents
so
conversation.
if you can make me a pizza, there's a kiosk that makes frozen pizzas. I don't know how much it is, but it's somewhere here in Atlanta. They said they got two of them. I just found out about this last week on social media. You can just walk up, go to the machine, press the button, and it'll make you a pepperoni pizza. Takes all of 10 minutes, 15 minutes for the pizza. You don't even have to go to Pizza Hut no more. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, just left the club. I'm hungry. I don't have to wait till tomorrow. What am I going to do? I'm not eating peanut butter and jelly. I'm eating this pizza. What
That
you do?
may be Dodo's Pizza, which uses ChatGPT to create a pizza with unconventional toppings. I just did a quick search. It's crazy. And shouts out to, again, want to recognize the comments, everything you were just saying as well. Joyce Moore was saying, shouts out to you. Love your commentary. Keep it up and don't give up. Love that. Kevin was saying, we are still going to need people that are experts to teach that LLM. And again, that's something that
Those are the
we just,
people with the jobs
yeah,
that pivot.
yeah.
So those are the ones that's going to keep their jobs. Those are the ones that's going to be able to train new employees. Those are the ones that can challenge, like people like Joyce. She can challenge you to say, hey, let me show you how to work this. Come
Mhm.
over to my Go Brunch room. I'm gonna teach you AI, and when I teach you this AI,
Oh, she know
now
about
you
Go
can take
Brunch? She
this.
on Go Brunch? Okay. Shout
Hey
out to
man,
Go
I'm not
Brunch.
trying to put that woman's
Yeah,
business
I know. You
all
just
out there
putting
like
people
that.
business out there, and then I just
But
dig into it.
but what I'm saying is, somebody like Solo, he said, teach
Chief.
him. He want to learn this thing about Martin. Guess what? He's in the forefront of this right now, right? So because he's in the forefront of it, what about his colleagues that don't want to learn AI? Guess what? Well, there's no need for you because this business is going to thrive. And if he's in the radio business, they trying to keep the cost down to the best of their ability because they trying to, hit them numbers to be number one. And if I can do this the cheapest and the most effective, that's who wins. And they don't care if it's AI, they don't care if it's a team of 20, they don't care if it's a team of 100 because the big boss at the end of the day, he's only worried about his bottom line. No different from any other business. So the question is, are you going to learn it to where you can be effective and you have job security? Because everybody's not going to embrace this AI. And unfortunately, you can be the OG of the company that's been there for 15 years. Unfortunately, if you don't want to learn it and you don't want to pivot, well, it was nice knowing you. Well, we'll throw you a party and wish you well.
Go on to the
Or,
next one.
yeah,
Let me chime in real quick with this because I just want to give some acknowledgement and folks, come on now. This is some valuable content. If you're seeing some value in the things that we're talking about, hit a like, hit a subscribe, share with somebody. That helps the algorithm. Again, we're here for the community. Hope we're spending our time to spend some conversations with you. Either subscribe to each of the channels, hit that like, but that just helps get it out to the masses as well. I see my man Chief over there on IG. I got to acknowledge him because that guy has been with me for the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I appreciate you for jumping in, brother. Thaddeus over on Substack. AI will not replace any job that requires the ability to make meaningful choices. If an algorithm can do your job without thought, that job can be replaced. My goodness.
so the flip side, Solo just said there is a couple of stations trying AI already for automation.
When you say stations, what do you mean stations?
Radio. So
Okay.
Solo works in the radio industry.
Okay. Got you.
So the radio station that you listen to, all I have to do is find somebody that can read the algorithm of the top songs that are on Spotify, YouTube Music, or whatever, Pandora, or whatever the charts are saying, right? Whatever the charts are. And he's saying that there's a couple stations trying AI with full automation right now. So all you got to do is prompt it and say, give me the top 10 songs for this week. And if they do that and they effectively do it and people are willing to come and all they got to do is just plug their commercials in, then all you need is somebody that works in production to do the commercials and you don't even have to have a job. There's a company that you said that you were going to see. I met them 2 years ago, 4 years ago. I cannot think of the name of it, but they do AI. They take a sample of your voice, and when they take a sample of your voice, they can turn your voice into multiple languages. They train your voice, and then it can. You're going to NAB, and you mentioned it last week that you were going to stop by their booth. I want to say you were one of the ones that said it, but there's a company I cannot think of the name of them. But I met them back in 2021, 2022,
Okay.
and I saw the technology, and I'm like, hold up. So I give you a prompt, and this is why there was a writer strike. This is why there was actor strike because it's like, hey, I can give you this. Do one, do one movie. I sign off on this movie and you never hire me again because you can use my AI or you can train my voice, train my body movements off of this one movie, and then you never use me again. And that's why we had the writer's strike. This is why we had the actor strike. And now they're saying, hey, well, we can train your voice to speak Spanish, Japanese, French, and German.
Oh yeah.
And then you
What was that company? Yeah, I mean that was me that mentioned. I forgot what it was. Yeah. I know.
I've already, and so they've already been doing this. So I know you want to talk about Martin. There's one
No,
service,
this is a
and
great conversation because again, this is
no,
community led.
because I want to
So
show you some stuff because I cloned myself. And I want to show people the power of this. And I'm going to do a whole breakthrough. So I don't know if I need to do mine first and then
Is
let you
that is
talk
that is
about
that
Martin.
TB2? Is that TB2?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
I ain't mad at
I have my own. So he don't like TBJ.
Oh,
TBJ is my avatar. He don't like TBJ because my avatar has a cartoon voice. That's fine. That's his personal opinion. Tomato, tomato, right?
yeah.
But then I also said, hey, I see where this AI stuff is going. And I found a company that said, hey, you can create your own avatar. So I could literally prompt myself with AI through my approval. And it's only this company that I gave the rights to use this for myself. And I can literally prompt it to say anything that I want it to say. And it gives me natural movements. I gave it my voice and I said, okay, I only have access to this. Nobody else has access to it. And now I can prompt it to do whatever I want it to do. And I was going to walk you through the steps to show people
Let's
how it
do that.
actually
No,
works.
excuse me. Let's still do that, but I want to bring up these
Go ahead.
comments and then we'll do that. So Shirley's in the building. Appreciate you, our friend. Things are going so AI will the need for people to be obsolete. Wow, including paying salaries and social security benefits will be no longer. Better keep your 401k. Keep a couple of dollars underneath the mattress. I love that. Um, when using the Gemini
So let me say
platform,
this
is it
real quick.
only
Oh,
Droid or Google Pixel?
whoa. Let me say this real quick about Shirley.
Hmm.
So the current administration, whether you like them or you don't, they said that they wanted to be ahead of the AI forefront, right? So Europe is regulating AI, but the United States said we're not going to regulate it. Now, the previous administration said that they were going to regulate it and that they felt like there should be some regulations in place. Whether you like it or not, the current administration is saying that we want to be the forefront. We're going to be the leader. So it's literally the wild, wild west out here. So you better figure this out. No knock. Now you can finish the next statement. What was the next person?
That's all right. I'm coughing again over here. It was a question about Gemini. Is it only on the Android side? But no, it's on the website that I was at. You can use obviously, but there is a Gemini app that you can download on the iOS side as well. It's not as tightly integrated as it is on the Android side. You actually have to proactively push to Gemini on iOS. Siri is just not there. It's just not there yet, right? So, and even with Apple Intelligence, and I'm running the developers beta, it's not there. There's other tools and platform and apps that are better today on the iOS side. Long answer short, you can use Gemini on both platforms.
So I'm not sure if you heard about this. I just talked about this last week. I don't know who the person is. I'm trying to see if I can find it real quick. But within the last 2 weeks, um, Siri's CEO or the executive that runs Siri, he just got let go, and they're trying their best to figure out what they want to do when it comes to Siri. I'm trying to see if I can pull this article. They're shaking things up. Tim Cook wasn't feeling the guy by the name of John Andre. They weren't feeling him, so they brought in this new guy that was over at, if I'm correct, um, they brought a new guy in, and I want to say his name is Rockwell, not
Mike
Mike
Rockwell.
Rockwell. He's the guy that's over the Vision Pro. So if you're familiar with augmented reality, the Vision Pro, they brought him over to take over Siri. We don't know what his ideas are, his developments are. We just talked about this on the Lab Tech Show last Wednesday, and the question is, Siri has not developed, and they're behind the AI race, right? Look at what Google is doing. They just ended Google Assistant and said we're now moving forward. Everything, instead of it just saying "Hey Google," it's now "Hey Gemini," and that's going to be our new assistant.
Mhm. Mike
So
Rockwell, Vision Pro experience doesn't make him a natural Siri choice, but he is this is the headline from 9 to 5 Mac, but he is now the
yeah,
man at the top of the food chain for making us look at Siri in a more professional route because it had fallen behind in terms. Even Grok, the one that's owned by Elon Musk, part of Twitter. And again, I'll always call it Twitter, never call it X. Even Grok is better than what Siri provides.
And that's a shame. And look at what Meta's doing. I mean, right now we're both I don't know if he's wearing his Meta glasses, but I just updated my new ones, and last night he and I had a conversation. I talked the whole conversation
You
with
was on
him
your.
in the Meta glasses. I had a whole conversation with him in the glasses, and then I
You
said,
sounded
"Hey,
good.
he didn't even know until
Yeah,
just now."
that's
I had a
cool.
whole conversation. If I did that in my glasses, I'd be like, "Say that again," and I would have to piece it off. The audio is much better in the new Meta glasses. We had a whole conversation in the glasses, and I think that that's where we're gonna probably end up going. We've been talking about this a couple weeks on the Lab Tech Show saying, "Hey, what would be the new technology? Could it be a Claude Note pen? Could it be, something on your wrist?" But no, I'm on my glasses and I can literally have a whole conversation. I can say, "Hey, META, what is this?" It could tell me what's in front of me. It could play a song for me. If it's hearing a song, it could do all kind of stuff. And I mean, and this is all, and it can give me the information. Wait till the glasses tell you. Aladad, I think that's the name of the company. They had inside of the glasses, they had it to where they were at CES, startup area. I think the company's name Hallidad. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but they had Hallidad. I think that's the name of the company. They had it to where there was a monitor inside, a small monitor inside of the glasses. You could send text messages, and you could read only you can read the text messages inside of the glasses. Now, I'm pretty sure they're probably going to sell their technology to Microsoft or Meta or to Google and say, "Hey, you can improve here. We're just creating the technology." But AR, augmented reality, this is where it's going to be at. You're going to be able to read messages right in front of you. And who's to say that, hey, who is this person standing in front of me in 10, 15 years? And it could tell you, I'm about to walk up to this person. I don't know who this person is. Um, and it gives you a reminder of who that person is. Now that's in your glasses. Who would not want that in their life? Because you've been to an event, you've been to a party, or you've been to church, wherever event you've been to, and you're like, "I know that person from somewhere, but I can't remember them." And then be like, "Hey, Meta, hey, Google, or hey, whoever, who is this person in front of me?" And let
Mhm.
it scan a series of images and say, "Oh, this is Shirley P. This is Joyce Moore. This is Kevin Cox. This is Solo." And it tell you who this person is. We've seen it in the movie, so we know the technology is available. We've seen it done before. It's just who's going to come to it and who's going to perfect it. So I think what's going to happen is a company is going to master it. I mean, excuse me, is going to create it, and then there's going to be a secondary company that's going to master it. I think that's what's going to end up happening.
There you go. I like the fact that this has free prescription lenses, real time translation, ring control. Because I've been looking at the Aura ring too. So I, I'm glad I don't have my wallet anywhere close. Because here you go. Again, you got me already buying SSD drives and now
I got you
alternative
buying stuff.
glasses too.
I'm sorry. Solo then came over to YouTube, and I didn't skip this over here. We were talking about the radio station earlier. He says they went from 18 employees to 4 people, and
Wow.
they license your voice.
Wow.
I'm just looking at it over. I just happened to look over to the right hand side, and I'm like, see. And you said that they're not going to replace you, so they probably just have prompters in prompt engineering. I told you the key word is prompt engineering. So to the Shirley P's that watch the Lab Tech Show on a weekly basis, Shirley, you watch the show. You've been around for a while. You've been there since almost its inception. If you haven't been there since the inception, where do you honestly think you would have been had you not been watching this show on a weekly basis, being ahead of the curve and hearing these things? You may not have cared about it, but then you may have seen it on the news. You may have heard about it in a conversation. And now when you hear it 3 or 4 times, now you might be like, "Oh, this might be real."
Huh. Come on.
Because you're not gonna take heed to it every single day, especially if you don't care about it. But if you hear somebody else talk about it, then you heard it somewhere else, and then you came and it was confirmed on a show, then you're like, well, I might pay attention to this. I might want to learn a little bit. That's why I said, let me show you this AI studio, because when people learn the power of
Mm.
what this thing can do, you're going to stop watching YouTube videos or tutorials. You're going to take your phone over to, wait till it come on the phone. You're going to go over to your phone and you're going to say,
Anxiously waiting.
show me how to change the change the serpentine belt in my car. And you're gonna show your serpentine belt. You're gonna show me how to change this fuse in this car, and you're gonna show it on your camera, and it's gonna walk you step by step. So mechanics think that they can't be replaced. Now the only thing is, do you want to do it, or you gonna let the mechanic do it? Hey, here's my taxes. How do I submit my taxes? I know that that's a long shot, and tax professionals think that they can't be replaced, but you can upload documents, put them in the PDF forms. They walk me step by step on how to do this. The person who masters it is going to come out winning. There's always the first generation, then there's going to be the mass influx, then there's going to be the stragglers, and then there's always going to be the last set of people that say that they're not going to come along. Technology has never lost. When you think about it, has technology ever lost? No. That's what it is.
That's what it is. Listen, go ahead and get your demo locked in and pulled up. You're going to do that. Shirley says, I told you I've learned a plethora from you, tall boy. Mr. Cox says, send some props our way and thanks on the heads up about the Amazon, because he already had to unplug some of the Alexas in his building. Thaddeus says, that technology is AR, augmented reality, stripped right out of science fiction films. Ain't that the truth? Appreciate you as well also for this one here, Shirley. Both you, Tallboy, and James have enlightened my knowledge. You ready, brother? I'm going to go ahead and bring you up. Because I like
Come
it. You
on,
want
let's
to
do it.
roll today. Listen, we going.
So I'm doing all the talking, is what
Yeah,
you're
you
saying.
doing all the talking. I'm just Wizard of
Oh
Oz
man.
back here pushing buttons. Go ahead on.
There we
Hit
go.
them with it.
All right, so I'm gonna share my screen. All right, let me see. Can I go back? Yeah. All right, there we go. We're gonna do this right here. I'm gonna share my screen. Let me know if there's some audio issues, because we were trying to test this out earlier. I'm gonna share the entire screen, and we're gonna go with this. So this software right here is called Spirit Me. And I need somebody, James. I don't care if you do it or whatever the case may be. I need someone to give me a prompt. I mean, not a prompt, but give me a sentence. Give me some keywords that they want to use, and I'll type it out in real time so you can see it and know that we're not making this stuff up. Because I can copy and paste some stuff, but I want you to see how this actually works in real time, right? So I'm just going to do a draft, right? And when I do this draft, they have this person here, and they have a couple of other avatars here. And you can pick the avatar that you want of your choice with the company. But like I told you, I gave myself. So when I gave of myself, I said, okay, cool. Let me just go ahead and delete this person up out of here, put myself up in there, right? So I'm there. And then now I'm going to go ahead and say, I need a script. So James, give me a script real quick. Welcome to Rebooted. Help me out, James.
I'm
Somebody
sitting
give
there
me a
thinking.
script. What do you want to
You
say?
know, if someone else on
Welcome
in the community can
to,
say that.
welcome to Rebooted. Okay. My name, and you see me type this out in real time. My name is TB2. I am your digital avatar, and I want you to take this conversation seriously. Okay. And now that's what I wrote. And it says, are you guys on a mobile device? Nah. No, we're not on a mobile device. This is actually on my PC, but you can do this on mobile. So you can just log onto the website on mobile.
Yeah. So
Anything else that I need to say?
Yeah, I tell you what. Let me respond to that, because I just saw also Dr. Stacy Moore join over on Substack. So while you're doing
Okay.
that, I'm just going to give some context. So yeah, Joyce, what we are. This is an experiment that we're doing. Not many people are doing this as well. We're streaming in portrait on purpose, and it's very frictionless for our communities on both sides to be able to access the stream. So we are on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn, we're on Substack. We're on Instagram. We're all these different platforms. But
Facebook.
again, we are consciously streaming in portrait as opposed to horizontal, just to see how our communities engage with this content. And so far, the experiment is winning. So we're definitely going to continue to do Rebooted like this, but it's very easy for folks to one get that notification and boom, be able to pull up the stream on any of those platforms they're looking at, and it's the same user experience. Yeah, as we share screens, it's kind of hard to see sometimes if you're just on your phone instead of watching it on a 65-inch TV or whatever the case may be. But long answer short, that's the answer to the question right there, Joyce. All right.
Shout out to Joyce. We're gonna say Joyce, Shirley. So that way you know we're not making this up. Shirley, Kevin. Who else was on here that was on here early? Solo. Anybody else
Say what's up to
that was on
Thaddeus, my
here?
man out here bringing
I don't know.
some.
How
But
do
you'll
you
notice,
spell the
brother.
man's
Come
name?
on, brother. Lord have mercy.
Mm, Hold on, hold
Thaddeus.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on. That is that's Solo. Uh, T.
Thad.
Hold on, hold
Oh
on.
my God, this
T
man.
H
How
A
many
D
words? How many
D.
words per minute do you type?
I'm slow, brother. That's why I said give me a prompt. So all I got to do is copy and paste it, man. Golly.
uh,
For joining the conversation.
Joy says, I like horizontal, but I'm old school. Ain't nothing wrong with being old school. Nothing wrong with being.
We're going to run the conversation and being ahead of the curve. Say that right? Come on. Joining. My spelling is wrong. Joining conversation and being ahead of the curve. Now you didn't give me nothing else
I didn't help.
to
I
say.
know. I'm just monitoring and managing the chat. And Kevin, yeah, I see you, man. The problem with the split streaming is that there's no aggregated chat. Hopefully, I could have swore, and again, I don't know. I'm third person looking in, but I could have swore that our friends over at Ecamm are going to release something this week at a new beta while they're at Podcast Movement. But I keep refreshing the screen, and Ken and Glenn haven't released anything, but that's coming. So that deterrent is hopefully going to be gone eventually. But I hear you, man. The fact that like we got to have multiple screens looking at Instagram and Substack and all those other platforms and can't aggregate them today, again, because we're in front of the curve. We're doing some things that really aren't normal just yet, but sooner than later, this will become the norm as opposed to uh, in the external case. So I love the fact that you are supporting the vertical users. Most people are on the go and viewing from their devices. Joyce gets it. Joyce gets it. I give you enough time to come up with your prompt. I'm over here feeling, man, like a Toastmaster. I'm over here
I
like
told
you.
you to talk about your service while I was doing this, but it is what it is. All right, so this is what we're gonna do over here, and then so you can see that there, and I'm gonna put this device in here. Hold on, let's see what we got here. We'll put this phone up in here. We're gonna have me talking inside of the phone if I got it, if I can do it right. Trying to scroll.
Got a little green screen action going. Okay. And the platform that
Mhm.
you're using is what? I don't know. Did you already tell us that?
Called Spirit Me. Yeah, it's
Okay.
called Spirit Me. And then let's see if we can do this filter, text, blur, adjustments. There we go. And we want to do this gamma. Oh, got to figure out which one it is. I think it's saturation. Yeah, saturation. So now we're gonna come over here. We're gonna shrink Tall Boy into this inside of the phone format. And now he's gonna be talking out of the phone. There you go. Get him there. And you're gonna line it up to make it look like it's real. And there we go. Get them up in there. And then I don't have a logo for Rebooted. So this is what I'm going to do is we're going to put this right here. Uh-oh, my bad. I'm sorry. We're going to put this image right here. We're going to do, there we go. We're going to put the lab texture right there in the middle right there. And so you're seeing me do this in real time, right? And so now I can now go make sure I got the right voice with script. We're going to go over here to audio, and we're going to select my audio, and then we're going to We're gonna go here. We're gonna just listen to it real quick. So basically, what I did was I created my script. I added my avatar. You hear this, James? Can you hear this?
Yeah, your audio is starting to error out again like it did before.
Did you hear all of that?
No.
You didn't hear nothing. Okay, sounds good. All right, all right. So, I hope it says Cheryl, but I'm not sure if it's Shirley, but the way it said, sure, I'm gonna say Shirley. We're just gonna misspell it. I know we're not trying to butcher your name, but this is what it's gonna be, Shirley. Okay, we're just gonna do that, and then so we're gonna go ahead and hit generate, and there it is, right there. And it says give it a few minutes. James, you can take it off the screen when it's ready for you. We'll go from there.
Okay.
And so
Coding
yeah,
on
so this
this
is the avatar.
cowboy coding, boy. We over here writing prompts and everything on the fly. Joyce, I just sent you. I put a link up there of one of the shows, so you can either connect to mine or the Lab Tech show. So James Hicks or the Lab Tech show. Let's
So
answer this. So John is saying while that's coding, he said, "Is a vertical live on YouTube getting views counted the new way that YouTube is now counting shorts?" Yes, that's huge. So instead of actually waiting 3 seconds, as soon as it starts playing, we get counted as impression and as a view. 3 seconds is 3 seconds. It matters, obviously, but yeah, I have seen the hockey stick in terms of the analytics since YouTube turned on that functionality for YouTube for shorts and short lives. So yes, this is getting counted in that new algorithm change. Good question, John. Good question.
so I sent James yesterday. He wasn't available. I don't know if he had a chance to look at it, but there's a popular sports podcast that's out right now,
Oh yeah,
and
Gilbert Arenas, what do you
they
call
were
it?
they were doing a test of a vertical live stream yesterday. And this was the first time I had ever seen it. They were the first sports podcast that I've ever seen where they were actually going vertical. I sent you the shot. I don't know if you can pull the image up on
Yeah,
your phone. Um, but outside of us doing it, I have not seen anybody do anything outside of what we are already doing. They're the first ones that I've actually seen do a vertical live stream. This could be by the end of the year, by next year, this could be the new way that people are doing live streams because it looks
mm,
good on Instagram. It looks good on, on your phone. So if you're on YouTube, you're on Instagram, now you can get new viewers. So, I mean, I'm not, hey, shout out to them. But remember, we did do it first, right?
say
So,
that again. Say that for the people in the back of the room. Oh, hold on, wait a
yeah,
minute.
we
Mama's
did,
online.
we
I
did
got to shout out Mama too. I didn't realize she walked in the building. She watching from somewhere. So
So we did do it first. That's all I'm gonna say.
yeah,
Um,
I just hey,
um,
Mama's on the line, so I can't be buying nothing. So hurry up and get to some other topics so I can get these things out my cart.
so hey man, that's on you if you do that, brother. I didn't tell you to buy nothing. Today is April
You
1st.
know what I'm
You're not
saying?
supposed to buy
Yeah,
nothing.
okay, let's
No, that's
just
on you.
let's stay locked in. Let's stay focused on what we need to stay focused on. Your tool
Right,
ready?
right. So yeah, so basically what we're talking about here is this is an avatar that I'm creating. It's still generating. It says create a custom avatar in 5 minutes. You give it 5 to 6 minutes worth of content. I had a couple problems with this company, but and it was not cheap to do it. I think it was about $200-300 to create your own custom avatar. Um, and but I said I'll take it as a summer project. It was a birthday gift to myself. That's the way I tried to justify it. And I said I'm gonna be ahead of the curve. I may never use it, but last week we used it on the show, and James was like, "Yo, that thing look real,"
Yeah.
and we're gonna give it to you in real time of what this thing looked like, and you can see how it interacts, how it talks. It sounds just like me, almost like me. You would think it was me if you did not know. And we're just giving you something different. So now I could literally create a series of prompts put it inside of or a series of scripts and let it just do its work. And once it does its work, I could be asleep, I could be in Europe somewhere, and I can put it on automation once I master this automation. And you would never know that I was, unless you knew me and you know how I move, you probably, the average person probably would not even know that that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. I mean, just think of it like this, right? It's another tool in your toolkit because now you can have a faceless channel or you can have faceless content as well. And you can create the prompt. You've already got the image, the digital avatar. You create the prompts, schedule those out while you're out traveling or whatever the case may be. So you're being attentive to your community when you're not available. That's just another great
Mhm.
thing for creators to look at. Uh, Mr. Cox is saying, I wouldn't be surprised to see some of the big boys set up multiple streams and cameras and essentially having two productions running at the same time. So that's what's coming to Ecamm, Mr. Cox, right? That ability to have a horizontal and a portrait stream running at the same time. And we all big boys. We all the truth. We are going to be the pivots and the Shay Shays and the Gilbert's Arena and whatever Draymond is. But again, right, you think about it, bringing that power and that ability to streamers, content creators, solopreneurs, entrepreneurs at any level, the ability to create those types of productions. So we just in
So
front of
here's
the
the thing.
curve, baby.
I
At the
think
same
that a
time,
lot
John.
of
Yes, at the same time. That's coming to Ecamm. I'm not sure. I'm sorry to interrupt, but again, because that's a nuance right there. So, John, yeah, Ecamm is actually developing the ability to stream horizontal and vertical at the same time. So I'm not sure about like a vMix or a Restream or StreamYard. I'm not sure if those other platforms are doing that, but I do know that the encoder for Mac, Ecamm, is working on that, and that's what I thought they were going to announce. I was just happy. I thought they were going to announce
so
that this week. We'll see.
vMix allows you to do it. And
Okay,
unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to go to NAB to go talk to Tim and Heath
I'll go holler at
and
him. I'll go holler at him.
because they say you can do it. I
Okay,
need, and maybe you can do a video call with me because they know who I am.
okay.
Maybe you can do a video call for me and say, hey, can you walk me through the steps of how to do this? Because you can stream out 5 different streams at the same time on vMix, right? So it's just a matter of you just setting up your encoding, from 16 by 9 to 9 by 16 and
Yeah,
pushing out 2 separate streams. You can do that. Now, how to do that? I need a walkthrough. I need somebody to show me how to do it. Um, so when James brought this idea of vertical streaming to me to say, let's do this rebooted, it was like, we got something. James will tell you that there was a little bit of pulling along, a little bit of crying and whining to go along with this
mainly
process,
by me.
right?
Mainly by me, whining and
But
crying.
but neither here nor there. We have seen week by week people we leave you with something effective every week, and the people are still here, still engaged, where we may have lost that audience. Um, if we were on if we were on horizontal.
Yes, sir.
So
And I think
I
Joyce
just
even said it before, right? The fact that most people are on the go and viewing from their mobile devices. So again, it's very friction free. It's frictionless to be able to access the stream. Listen, Mama's on here and she normally don't jump on, so she saw us on IG. So must be doing something right. Must be doing something
okay.
right. Okay, you
Um,
ready? I see your thing
no,
still processing in the background.
yes, yes. We're waiting on it. So we're just trying to fill the time. So it normally take. You got to remember it's prompting and doing all the stuff that it needs
I
to
don't
do.
have
So I
patience, though,
mean,
brother. That's one virtue
it's
I
not
don't
going to
have is
take.
patience.
Now it's not going to take 30 minutes to do this, but
Yeah,
at the end of
yeah,
the
because
day,
I'm
it
gonna be
does take.
gone by then. I got to go eat.
Lord Jesus, this guy. Put your food in the microwave.
Listen, again, it's
Uh,
us. All right, we're gonna keep it real on this show. I ain't gonna be
So
on here
so
all
so
all
while
night with you.
while we're waiting on so while we're waiting on this, that's why I said I wanted to show you this, and you could be telling the other people about your service that you thought that
Right,
was
right.
good.
Okay. It's my fault.
Uh,
Okay, here
you
we go.
don't listen, brother.
Yeah.
I've been trying to help you out,
All right,
brother.
folks. Boy, I mean, okay. I'm sorry.
He
What's
said
his
it, y'all.
name? My man Solo was asking about it as well. So I'm using a tool called Martin. Martin is
Martin or Jarvis?
Martin is, they're using the play on words, your personal AI like Jarvis. It's a mobile app, it's a web environment as well. And I have been able to aggregate all of my daily tasks, all of my productivity tasks, all of my calendars, all of my to-do lists, all of my reminders are all on one platform. I'm not showing you mine because y'all don't need to be in my business, so I'm just giving you the demo right here. But I can aggregate all of those channels into one location, and I can either talk to it from the mobile device and say, Martin, what's on my calendar for today? Set up some time so Tallboy and I can meet. Whatever the case may be, having real life types of conversations with the tool. It'll update my calendar. It'll give me all the information. I can ask it about news. So it's not just one way linear conversations. I can actually stack conversations together and get more specific about my needs. I like the fact that, again, it also sends me briefings in the morning. So I've got it set 7:30 in the morning because for getting things done, I like to eat the frog. That's the mentality that I follow. So the top 3 hard things on my list, it sends me a briefing of these are the top 3 things that you decided that you want to focus on early today, and it sends me that list before I shut down at night. It sends me another briefing of these are the things that you want to focus on the next day. It's essentially, I've been able to consolidate a ton of other tools into one tool that actively and proactively looks at my schedules, looks at my to-dos, looks at my reminders, looks at my contacts as well, and says, I've got a meeting today at 4:30 p.m. with Tallboy. Here are the topics here are the things that are for that meeting. So it runs through that. So I'm already prepared for the session ahead of time. It asks me, do I want to transcribe the meeting? Obviously, since this is a live stream, I don't do that, but I have all of those capabilities. I can automatically update my calendar by just talking to it, and it synchronizes across my Outlook, my iCloud, my Google, all the calendars that I use. I love it. I invested in the company by going. They had an offering for an LTD, a lifetime deal. So I know the founders of it. So I invested in the company and the technology because, again, one of the things that I always say, you pay attention to what you pay for. So I'm invested in that. Unfortunately, for the Android folks, it's only iOS today, but I think it will be coming to Android as well as they progress and move forward, as they kind of get some of the kinks out. But I've been using it for about 3 weeks now. It's already gone through a couple of updates, and it's gotten the refinements are there, right? It being able to pull the information automatically. I can talk to again, like I said, I can talk to the device on my phone, and it knows my contacts. I can stack conversations, so it's getting more refined. If you saw the movie, that's why it says it's like Jarvis, right? It knows me, it knows my schedule, it knows what I do, it knows my priorities, and can actually help me make those decisions to be more productive throughout my day. I'm over here
How much
using
does it cost?
AI to be my twin. You asked me about pricing. It would have been, yeah, $30 a month. Well, let's see, if you go monthly. So there you go,
Jeez.
$35 a month if you go monthly. But then if you went pro, you would be $49. And pro gives you long-term memory of you, auto draft, reply. You guys can see it here, right here, but proactive wake-up calls. I mean, yeah, the thing, my wife hears my phone go off in the morning, and it's not anybody else calling me. It's Martin calling me, telling me what you got jumping off for the day. I like that. I like that. Ties in, like I said, to all of my calendars, my meetings, my reminders, my to-dos, all across the different platforms. Wait a minute. Google Play. So that's new. They're now on the Android platform. Come on over here to Martin, brother. Come get you some of this.
So I pay $35 a month. It will give me a reminder, or it will call me, is what you're saying. Tell me all my to-do lists, if that makes sense. Am I saying that right? And then it will remind me of whatever I have going on. Can't Google already do that for you? Or Copilot do that for you?
This is Google and Copilot don't aggregate all of those disparate resources, those disparate platforms. So this is really my um, assistant, my professional assistant that sees everything that I'm involved in. I've fed it the information. I've attached all of the platforms that I work with on a day-to-day basis, and it can give me informed information about how I should be productively managing my day. Is that a word? Productively manage? Well, whatever. You know the word I'm trying to use. I think those other platforms could do it, but they don't have as much of an in-depth view of who it is that you are, and it doesn't learn. Martin is
Yes,
learning how I operate
yes, it
throughout the
does.
day.
Gemini does it. It learns you. Gemini is learning you, and so in a way, I'm scared of Google because Google, depending on how much information you give it, and you tell it to remember your conversations, and you tell
Mm-hmm.
it to remember your personality. Google's a major platform, whereas
Mm-hmm.
Martin, once again, not a major startup. I mean, not a major player, but they're a startup, and they're trying to, they're putting that 87 and that 89 gas up in that thing, saying, "Hey, we're trying to
Love
learn."
the analogy. I do love that analogy.
But Google is the electric, So we're gonna probably, if Google shows you how this can be integrated with them, which it can be, is just a matter of you knowing how to prompt it and saying, "I want you to do this." Set reminders. It's all in the prompt, right? Once it does that, game over for this company here. But people like you that are like, "Hey, I'm an early investor. I believe in it." I mean, it's just that I was so shocked because when Gems came out for Google, it was only for the people that had Workspace or that had an advanced Gemini account.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Look at what Google has done. They've now made it available to everybody for free 99, because they want you to leave OpenAI. So check your
Yeah, I don't.
WhatsApp while we're having this conversation. Check your WhatsApp so you can put it on the screen.
Oh my gosh, I don't
Um,
have WhatsApp running. Let me log on. Let me answer this while I find
because the
WhatsApp, because I don't
video is
have it
ready.
running.
So the video is ready. So I sent it to you on WhatsApp already. You should already have it.
All right. I don't
But
trust
it's the
Gemini.
quickest way to get it
I
to
mean,
you.
I don't trust Google as to
That's
that
fair.
extent. I
But
use
that's
it and I
fair.
leverage it, and obviously, like I say, I pay for Workspace all day, every day. But I,
You should not trust any of these companies, but you should be mindful of what's
oh,
happening.
you
And
know me.
they have
You talking to the
commercials.
choir, but this is what I do all day, every day. But I
But we're
I
having
get
this
less.
conversation with the audience, and I'm
Mm,
telling them you shouldn't trust none of these companies, because I was listening to a podcast the other day, right? And they were saying, look how much power Google has. You've already uploaded as a small business your own Google Maps. So now they can charge you if they wanted to say, hey, if you want to advertise over here, we'll give you premium, access, and we'll make sure you're highlighted and you can come up in the algorithm faster, right? You're giving, you already have a Gmail account. So now they can say, we can charge you to make sure your post is seen, right?
mm-hmm.
I mean, they can do that because we've already given Google we've already given Google the access and the power by saying we've already integrated into their algorithm. So going over to Hotmail, going over to Yahoo, going over to Excite or any other platform, Google is baked everywhere. You got Google Maps, you got Gmail, you got Google Photos, you got G Drive, you got Google Forms. You're using it. And they can say, hey, if you want to be seen and highlighted, well, for $5.99 and $9.99. So I don't trust any of it. But while it's free, use it. But don't think that they're not training themselves on your habits. No
Mm-hmm.
different from Facebook or any of these other platforms, because you can say something, right? I say something about this SSD, and for the next couple of days, I'm gonna be seeing SSDs coming down my Facebook timeline, right? So Facebook is doing it, Amazon is doing it. So why do you think Google would not do it? So it's not to say that you don't trust them. It's just that, hey, they're making it easier. ChatGPT is trying to become a major player. They're at 87, 89. Well, guess what? OpenAI / ChatGPT is now 93 because they were the first ones to do it. And it was so cool when they did it. But guess what DeepSeek did at the beginning of the year? Hey, we did this for under $6 million or whatever the amount that was astronomically cheaper. Still don't trust DeepSeek because it's made through China. But excuse me, I'm sorry. It's made through China, but they showed that it could be done cheaper. And Sam Altman was trying to say, hey, hold up, pause. We need billions and trillions of dollars to do it. And DeepSeek said, hold up, we can do this. And we didn't even have all the chips to do it. So who's telling the truth? Who's lying? Who's saying I'm just trying to do a markup because I can, because there's no other major players out here? And then all of a sudden, Google just slapped us with AI Studio and Gems.
There you
And
go.
then James just showed us Martin, and it's like, oh, that's nice, but they already doing that over there on Gemini. You just don't know how to do it yet. So you're already paying for workspace. You just paid them some extra money. You just don't know how to do it on Gemini, right? But once you learn how to do it on Gemini or on Google, well, you paying for $35, $40 a month to do that when you can do it for free 99 on Google. Which one you gonna do? Talk
Well,
to me.
I'm not paying $30 a month. I already okay, but I understand what you're saying. Let's do this.
I'm
I know
just talking to
you
the
just
people that's
talking.
watching.
I already got the
So, all
scene
right.
set
So
up, but let me
James has the video.
hold on, pause. Let me acknowledge some of these comments because Thaddeus says trust no one.
Mm.
My man Kevin Cox said pretty much the same thing. Ain't trusting any of them, especially the free ones. Your information, are the product being sold at that point. Shouts out to Greg and Antoine joining as well. I'm gonna bring it up here in just a second. But Joyce says, remember that
Antoine,
Netflix documentary about social dilemma? Google employees don't have profiles because of their massive algorithm. Joyce, we can go down that conversation about that particular movie right there because I have my own story about that, and it's a personal dilemma that I have. Long answer short, I feel personally responsible for some of this deficit in attention span for our youth because of what I do on a day-to-day basis in enterprise technology. So I know that show and that story that you're talking about right there makes a lot of sense. Solo was asking, is Martin available currently? Yes, it is. I'll put the link in the description so you can check it out. It's at trymartin.com. Cool. I wanted to catch up on comments because, again, I wanted to be cognizant of those folks. But let me bring up the...
Welcome to Rebooted. My name is TB2. I am your digital avatar, and I want you to take the conversation seriously. We are trying to explain tech to you and want you to embrace it. Please take this conversation seriously as it's coming. Shout out to Joyce, Shirley, Kevin Solo, Thaddeus for joining the conversation and being ahead of the curve. James received a click case for his iPhone. Tall Boy is breaking it down for you, and hopefully you will receive some good insight.
Hopefully y'all heard that. That was dope.
I heard it. Yeah.
Okay. Hopefully y'all
and
heard that.
it took all of 10, 12 minutes to do all of that.
Yeah.
And it was more time to process it for it to generate the processing than it was to create
Makes sense.
to create the script. So within 12 minutes, and it probably can be done a lot faster if you already know what you're going to say, right? Just a copy paste.
Yeah. Well, that's
sounds
26 seconds long. So that's the length of a short right there. There's your content right there that you can create that prompt and schedule that out for your community.
Mhm.
It's 26
Mhm.
seconds. There's a short right there that keeps rolling over and over. Shirley says, yeah, she heard it. Slick. It's device. That's not it. It's device. That's not it. But the video was legit. The video. That's dope. What was the name of that platform again, man? Because I was trying to find it. I just want to, when I put the show notes together.
Spiritme.tech.
Okay. Spiritme.tech.
Spiritme.tech. Yeah. Spiritme.tech. So yeah, I mean it's out here. You can use their avatars if you don't want to, submit your actual person, right? But you can have your own custom avatar created. They'll give you an upsell when you choose to purchase the product. And if you choose to go down that road, remember this is avatar and AI. So go
How
back
are
to the
you
video.
using this? How are you using this? You just off the
I-
website is available too?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And then you can go into your phone, and I can go into my phone and just go to Chrome or Edge and do it here. I don't have that service available
Got you.
on Android, but
Got you.
I can go to my web, go to Chrome and just type it in, and
Yeah.
anybody can use it.
Okay. That's dope. Okay. Man, I love it. I love it. Listen,
Go back to the video real quick. Just go back to the video.
Welcome to Rebooted. My name is TB2. I am your digital avatar,
Hit
and I
pause.
want you to take the conversation seriously.
Hit
Hello.
pause. That looks like me. That looks like me. That's the way I dress. So I was very mindful of how I am, how I would actually wear the type of clothing. I could have put on a suit, but Tallboy don't really wear suits unless he's at the mayor's ball or something like that, right? So you normally see Tallboy in a t-shirt. That's me. Got the beard, got the haircut. That's me. And then when you play the voice, it sounds a little AI, but it could pass for me, right? So to the average person who does not talk to me on a regular basis, boom, that's it. So, I mean, just be mindful. I mean, this could be you saying how I can position my business. Shirley, I think you're in the what is it, CPR business. This could be you showing people as a training class. Solo, you're in the radio business. This could be you, saying sending out morning motivations to your staff or to your team. The guy that works in the gym, he can say to all his people, hey, don't forget to get some calories, and don't eat nothing sweet, or eat anything unhealthy tonight. Look forward to working out with you in the morning. And you create a little 25-second script just giving them some motivation, and you already got the prompts or the scripts written out, and boom, send it out. The average person is not going to know. Oh, I got your message last night, thank you so much.
knowing you were knocked out sleep when it went out.
Yeah, and you was on vacation. You was traveling from from New Orleans from New Orleans back to Atlanta,
Yeah.
or from Vegas back to California.
I was
You was out there
35,000
living
feet
your,
in the air. It's all
and I
good.
was just and so once again, we're in the beginning stages of this AI. But wait till you can put two or three of these things all together, and then you can say, hey, Spirit Me, hey, Martin, hey, Google, I need you to do all three of these. I need you to create this script. I need you to set up a message, a reminder to talk to Tallboy at this time. Gemini or Google, I need you to email this out to Tallboy so he can get it 30 minutes before. Hey, don't forget, we're going to be meeting. Look forward to seeing you. These are going to be the topics that we're going to be talking about. It's scheduled out. Now you didn't hit a string of automations. 1, 2, 3, right? What's the fourth automation? And then now you've knocked it out the park, and you're doing all of this on automation. So I'm still in the beginning processes of learning, but what if 6 months, a year from now, 2 years from now, you're going to be probably saying, oh, I heard about this new avatar thing. How do I do it? Well, I'm already ahead of the curve. James is ahead of the curve. Surely, we are already there because we had a chance to see it today. And we like, hey, I think I want to make this investment.
Call to
So,
action right there. Go ahead,
Solo
brother.
said, Solo said, can you change the outfit? So unfortunately, one avatar per, so if you pay for another avatar, and like I said, the avatars are not cheap. So $200-300 for an avatar. So you can come up with your avatar, and you can say, I'm wearing a suit and tie. I'm wearing whatever you want to wear. You have to figure that out, and say, how do you want to, do that? And it's per avatar. So you can't just say, well, this one avatar, I want to change from a t-shirt to this or that outfit. Maybe AI, there's, I don't know. It may not be ready for that yet. You see, we already showed you something new, and he's already asking, can you change the
That's good though.
outfits?
That's good, right? But he's finding some value in it, finding a possible use case. Shirley's looking at the price on it, but it's still early, right? Again, you get to pay for that processing as well. So
Yeah, and as it gets popular, it probably will go a little bit cheaper, right? So, but once again, it's an investment. Think about how this could make money for your business, how this can do something for you. You have to see it, you have to see the vision, and then you're saying, "Hey, I'm all look, I can send you a coaching call, a coaching motivation call for an extra $25 a
Yeah.
month, and you get 6 coaching calls from me." It
Say
ain't
that
nothing but
again,
a
brother.
school.
That's it right there. That's the hustle hack right there, right? That's why again I'm not worried about some of these subscriptions because either the prices go up on the consultancy or some of the merch, some of the pricing go. We gonna cover the expense. We gonna bring the that's the hustle
I'm
hack
just
right there.
showing you so I'm just showing you something that's cool, right? And you're like, "Oh, this is but how can I make money with it?" And you're
Yeah.
like, "Oh, as an added value, I'll send you, a personalized motivation call 3 times a week."
Ding,
You
ding.
you not doing it. It's doing it for you. You
The
ain't got
return on the
you already know
investment can be recouped. Oh my gosh. That's it. So that's it
that.
right there. Again, so I love the fact that you said that and that Shirley brought it up as well. Because again, the investments for the administrative stuff to run the business, yeah. You take some of those costs and spread those out amongst your clients, amongst your prospects, amongst the folks that want to work with you as well. So does that mean your pricing may go up because they're going to get more value and more specific services? Probably yes. Right. Because again, people pay attention to what they pay for. So if my consultancy rate and my consultancy rate has gone back up to normal, 'cause I say that because Alec is in the building. What's going on with you, sir? I dipped I provided a very good rate for all the people that attended the Digital Stage Summit. And he got on me a little bit for, giving it away, James. But the rates are back to normal now. So thank you for keeping me honest there, Mr. Johnson. Uh, I just went on that squirrel moment. I don't know why I did, but I saw Alex, so I just had to
Only
straighten up.
because you saw Alec. That's
Well,
it.
I got to
Only
straighten
because
up when
Alec
he's here,
opened.
right?
Yeah,
Make sure I'm
you
bringing
know,
bringing
you
the
supposed to be
AA.
yourself at all times. See, that's the one thing about me. I'm gonna always
Are
keep it
you
real and a
you gonna
buck,
keep it
man.
real?
You
I
over here,
know, I
you,
know.
you over there trying to, I didn't drink my drink a
See,
couple
that's what it
times a day.
is. See, you didn't
You ain't
had.
you ain't pulled nothing up. You just trying to show your branding of your mug with some water in it. You ain't got no Hennessy or nothing like that. Come on, man. You trying to find that Shay liquor that nobody wants to drink but you. So I mean, maybe Shay might send you some liquor since you can't find it because
Boy, that,
nobody wants
that
nobody
juice is
wants.
kicking in for you right now, and that juice. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we gonna bring this plane in because
Oh
he getting
Lord,
loose over there with the tongue.
no.
I knew something was happening when you kind of went on a couple of tangents.
So give the people a recap real quick.
No, man, I ain't giving nobody no recaps, man, because they just had to
Come on,
rewatch
man.
the show. No, we don't give
No,
recaps.
seriously. No, give them a recap.
Oh my God,
You
I'm gonna
don't.
take you off the camera. I'm gonna take you off screen. Right again. Listen, this is what we did, folks, and I'm not gonna give a full recap. I'm gonna tell folks to go and rewatch the show. This is what we do, right? This is a great experiment that Tallboy and I have been doing, running vertical video on multiple platforms. Two guys coming from our perspective, just having a conversation about technology. Today we talked about this Clicks keyboard that he blessed me with. I'm gonna do a review on that. I'm gonna do an unboxing, even though I'm not an unboxing guy, but we're going to do that. Talked about how AI is here, not coming. We've been talking about that for a while. I showed off Martin, which is my productivity assistant that allows me really to consolidate all of my activities, my calendars, my schedules, my reminders, all those things of that nature into one location. And it gives me insights, analytical insights to my day. So I love that. The fact that we talked about spiritme.tech and having digital avatars to create faceless content is a huge thing, again, for the creators, for the solopreneurs who are trying to leverage and use 24 hours of the day and be present because we're global. We're not just in the East Coast. We're not just in Atlanta. We're not just on the Pacific. We're not in California. We're everywhere because we got a global audience that's watching. We got folks, listen, we got folks in Thailand watching right now. Hope everything is safe with you as well, Mr. Johnson, with the things that are happening over there. So again, we got folks over in that area. But again, just leveraging this technology, not being afraid of it, understanding how you can benefit from it so you don't get left behind because it is no longer a want. It is now becoming a necessity of various pieces of our life. Doesn't matter what industry that you're in, you have to at least be aware of how technology is becoming more and more prevalent in our day-to-day usage. That's the recap. Outside of that, y'all rewatch the show.
No, man, you
James Hicks
forgot one
or the
thing.
Lab Tech Show.
You forgot one thing, bro. Storage. You need storage. You need that solid state drive.
Okay.
You need it. I'm looking you dead in the camera.
Don't
When
look
you
at me
run-
because
when
I'm
your
over here
phone
looking at
run-
my shopping cart that I'm going to buy as soon as
when your
tomorrow.
phone run out of storage, you're gonna be like, Tallboy told me I should have got this thing. And what was it again? And that's when I'm gonna tell you to rewatch the show. We out.
I don't know what else to say.